Hi, this is G-Man, and again, and welcome back. Sorry about that. We had to do a part two on this number 208 junk box special here. Um, as the camera shut itself down as we were working on it. Okay, well, let's start at the beginning. First of all, we got this finished and we got that soldered together. I took a little hot glue. I brought the wires up across this brace and hot glued them in place. I left the extra length on that wire so that I'd be sure to have enough wire so that when the motor turns and when the front truck turns, it does not put a strain at all on the wire. I brought these up over top of this brace because I wanted them not to be so low that they would conflict with the pivot motion here. And as this has a spring on it, sometimes the wires have a tendency to get caught in the spring. As to the light, I did have a bayonet type light. Push it in, twist it, and it turns. I also added the friendly engineer here, and he's one of my many Plasticville and Lionel guys. He's old. I had never painted him, so I went ahead and gave him some color. He's got his little red handkerchief around his neck and his blue overalls or coveralls on, and the green shirt with a little light blue hattie, ready for the challenge. So we got that front truck on, we got the light in, the motor has been cleaned and resurfaced, and the chassis should be ready to go. The shell. Well, we want to add the horn to the shell, which I have laying over here, and we'll add that in a minute. And I went ahead, I could not figure out whether I wanted to do this in blue or yellow or silver or leave it red. I actually liked the red, and I had a hard time making that transition. Now, this is not an exact match in color, and but it's real close. It's close enough that it'll get by. It's a dark blue, and I kind of actually like the way it came out, the way it looks. And I actually did this with permanent marker. Now I'm going to shoot clear over this probably when I get completely done with it. I'm contemplating putting plastic window inserts in on the inside. I don't know whether I will or not. I don't know whether I'll do it in this video or I'll do it after the video or not at all. But we shall see. I went ahead and added a lens, and what I used was one of those bumpers, one of those scuff bumpers. It sticks on, it's self-adhesive. I put it on the nose over the actual lens hole, and I actually like the way it looks, the way it came out, and these work great. I had seen them in the stores and had wondered about them, and then I don't know, here a couple of years ago, I think it was, Ben actually came up with the idea of using them. And so I went ahead and bought me some, and that's what I use a lot of times for my light lenses when I don't have one. So it's a little larger than the hole, and but I think it makes a nice lens. I like the look. And after all, this is not a restoration. This is a rebuild out of junk. And to get this 208 back up and going, get it on the road again, put it back in my roster after all these years. Okay. So far, so good. What do you think? Now I turned the light off, finally got it off on my camera, and it looks like I should have turned it back on. It looks kind of dark. But at least we don't have the shadows. Okay. So that's done. I want to go over the inside of it if I can. Sorry guys about the hand in front of the camera. Don't have a camera stand up here for this. Okay. If I seem rushed or hurried today, I'm just trying not to take a long time with the video today. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm edging this sparing or apron with black marker. Why? Well, number one, it looks good. And number two, I want it to be as uniform as possible. And this is one of the fastest and most efficient ways to do it without painting. And that's what we're trying to do, is save time. Now, as I said, I'm going to go back over this with clear spray when I'm completely done with it. And the marker will be set, and you'll never have to worry about it coming off or rubbing off on your hands and fingers. Okay, now we've got all the body work done, and I want to say that I also went back and I went ahead and touched up again this yellow here on the front of the engine, on the bonnet.
Front door.
Ready to put it together. I'm not going to put the screw in it yet. We want to make sure that everything is ready to go, working properly before we do that. Now the pin on this horn is broken off, and sometimes I glue them on and sometimes I don't. When I don't have to, I don't try to glue them on, but we're going to glue this one on today because the pin is broken. It has still got a little bit of the pin sitting down through there, and it's enough that it'll sit down into the shell, and with some glue on it, it should hold very well. So, our striping's all done, redone. We have a lens. We have almost like a new motor. We have a new or a replaced front truck. We're rewired in. Let's take it and see how it runs. I'm going to change the camera angle here. And there it is. Now remember, there's no reverse in this engine, because I robbed this engine over the last 4 or 5 years. It's a wonder that I had enough parts left in it to even put it back together. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but that light lens works great. And as you can see, there's old Wilbur, the engineer, in the cab, and he's waving. All right. So we'll put the screw back in. We'll take the shell first, and we'll clean it up a little more again, and we'll put this screw back in. And we'll have a running 208. All right, that's all I have for you in this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry about the camera problems. And as always, if you have as much fun repairing and working on and running your trains as I do, then you should have happy rails. Until next time, it's G-Man, My World 67. Bye-bye.